Hide and seek, new investigation. What is that about?
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
What the heck? Find out the reason why the terrified young man is hiding in the sewers. It's probably something to do with something outside. How do I figure that out? Rodney Gardner, lost. He's in a really bad place to be lost. Looks like he belongs to the docks, so I might have to go ask people questions about him. Let's see. Details. I have found a young terrified man hiding in one of the quarantine zones of the East End docks. He seems more afraid to go back to a safe place than to stay in this dangerous area. There is something more than just fear and nervousness here. Maybe I should inquire about the reason why he chose to hide in this place. Did I just talk to him more?
Sir, you have no idea what could happen to you if you stay here. Why don't you go home?
For fuck's sake. Do I have to punch you in the face to make you disappear? Leave me be.
It's my duty to insist. Death lurks everywhere. I must ask you to go back home.
I'm safe here. Don't you get it? I'm better off risking the flu than catching a bullet. Am I clear enough?
I see. Well, since you are obviously hiding from a threat, don't you have a safer place to go?
Do you think I'm stupid? The Night Asylum, the Turquoise Turtle, even Miss Gillingham's attic. I tried them all. No, this is my only chance.
Miss Gillingham's attic? Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go to all those places and ask about that young man. Because we're not finding out anything else from him.
It's locked.
Oh, son of a bitch. I just figured the way that we weren't coming into this area was gonna be the way out. Apparently not. Alright, follow the arrows. Let's see if we can find them. I just made a big assumption. Maybe over here. Can I look at the map? There is no map down here. Here we go though, got an arrow.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
Hey, I am not your master, but you're welcome.
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
I guess we're gonna have to be able to come down here at some point. Just to be able to interact with that other guy.
Hunters will never find us here.
I doubt that very much, but, you know, whatever. So maybe the Skulls are the ones who put all this down, since it turns out there are actually quite a few more sane Skulls than I thought. I thought it was like an impossibility, like, or not really an impossibility, but I figured it'd be a lot more rare. And that there'd only be like Sean Hampton, maybe one other. But no, there's a whole society down here. I've been killing off their kind pretty regularly, but those ones have been pretty hostile. Oh. Okay. This is interesting. Dude, I wonder if
It's locked.
they get bodies from over here. Sean Hampton's night shelter. Oh boy. Okay, so this is actually connected directly to Sean Hampton's place. Sean? What's going on down here? That was kind of scary.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Are you eating human flesh?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers.
Ugh. I mean, I don't know how much I can judge because I drink blood, but
Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
Yeah, I guess I did.
You make no distinction between the living and the skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Gosh, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna tell Sean that he should, like, not help out the skulls. That'd be pretty ridiculous.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
The fact that you're a Skal now?
You've turned Skal now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Oh boy. Okay, alright. What about the epidemic?
You've turned Skal.
We are all sinners.
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
That's not a nice thing to say. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people who aren't pure of heart who will survive this.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
That's a name drop. I wonder if we'll ever run into them.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
Eons? You're gonna have to do a little bit better maintenance on the building if it's gonna last eons.
Harriet, Miss Jones has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
I guess old Bridget would be pretty descriptive of her if she's older than the city itself.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skals, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I mean, I'd like to trust him, but at the same time, he's kind of saying things that could very easily be twisted into the wrong kind of way. We're the instruments of God's will, so what are our limits with what we do to sustain ourselves?
I will strive to emulate your merciful nature, Sean, but it's a difficult pledge to make.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Oh boy. I envy the peace you found. Embrace. I don't trust you. In turn, you sacrifice 500 XP in the process. You'll heal through my blood. That's not so bad. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for that. First off, I didn't know I could turn a skull into a higher vampire. That's different. And second off, only 500 XP. I thought it was gonna be like a lot more.
My discoveries Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your chettle, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Jesus. I didn't know it'd be so demanding of it. Ooh, mesmerized level. Good. The district will soon suffer the consequences of your action. Oh boy. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Logically, I think it was probably a good thing to turn him into an Ekon. Now he doesn't have to worry about eating flesh, which means he's not going to try and devour people. Now he just has to worry about the same things that we do, which is drinking the blood of people, which might not be too much better, because I don't know how well that works. But the way I see it, in terms of like the game logic, there's a chance that later on in the game he would turn to a skull that we have to fight. I don't think that we're gonna fight him as an Ekon. Okay. Well, Sean, I'm gonna go rest up because I think we've beaten, oh shit, this section of the game.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game.
Track the actual vampire culprit. What the hell?
I know this brooch. This is my mother's.
What?
A birthday gift from father.
This vampire started us specifically. I guess it really is after us. That's what Harriet said.
29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
Old brooch. An old elegant brooch belonging to Jonathan's mother. And a cheap leather wallet found on a corpse left in front of Sean Hampton's night shelter. The wallet contains official paper of repatriation and demobilization with the address of the victim, 29 Pretty Orchard Street. Okay. And where is that? That is over here in the North Docks. I can also ask people about that man down here, I think.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Did you see what happened here?
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
But if you're a vampire hunter, then you already know about these things. But fine. Uh-oh. We can accuse him of being a fraud. Oh, gosh. I don't know if I should go down that route. I feel like it would lock off other options.
You've never faced, let alone killed a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
Alright, you have courage.
You have courage, Mr. Throgmorton. Perhaps that is all one requires to face the demons.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You'll see. One day I'll find and kill one of these monstrosities with my own 2 hands.
Hint failed. Yep, I was right. So if you accuse him of being a fraud, one of the paths gets locked off. Ah, that's fine. Again, I don't fully plan on drinking the blood of too many people.
And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Did you guys see what happened here?
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No. I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman's scream? Are you sure?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
I wish I could ask her about the appearance of that man. Hold on. Tell me about the gang.
Lottie, tell me about the Wet Boot Boys. I know they've threatened you.
Edwina Cox wanted me to provide her with information about Mr. Hampton's resources. I refused.
Is that not dangerous?
Fuck them and their lies. They claim they protect the interests of the neighborhood, but they are just greedy parasites like all the rest.
Ooh, alright. That sounds, that's an intense belief.
I respect your courage, Miss Paxton, and I hope life will never wear you down.
Dr. Reed, you know how to make a girl blush. I am glad you came to the docks, whatever your real reasons are.
Thank you, Miss Paxton. I need to go ask
Goodbye,
the
Miss
other lady
Paxton.
about what happened here, too.
You again? What do you want?
Tell me about the body.
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really? Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me.
Oh,
Good riddance, if you ask me.
well, that's a little mean, but sure, alright.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
It's fine. He's a bit of a dick. Didn't like him anyways. Fine. Okay. Who else can I ask? See, I'm trying to find someone who might have answers about this other guy down in the sewers before we leave this area. But maybe we have to ask Sean Hampton about him. Because there's nobody really any else around here that I know of. At least in this immediate area. So I'm gonna have to inquire about them later on. For now though, I am gonna rest. And I'm gonna hope he gives me back my health. Okay. Let's level ourselves up a little bit. Alright. What do we want to do here? I kind of like the abilities I have. But I'm tempted to see what some of these other ones are. Because it'd be good to have 2 really high damage abilities as well, right? Because then I could just do... I could do Claws and I could do Shadow Mist as well. Which might be nice. Place a cloud of shadows at the target's feet and yours. The cloud will explode after a short time, causing heavy damage. Area 2 meters, area 2 meters. And then this one will increase the damage and range. This one will draw them in and give me blood. But it will drastically reduce the amount of shadow damage. I see the point of that, right? So that way you can sit there and go, ah, look, there's like 15 enemies in one area. Boom, draw them in, gather all the blood, and then pop off some of your other abilities, which in this case would either be Blood Spear or Claws. And Blood Spear seems like it can be doing a lot too. You throw a large spear which can pass through enemies in front of you, or you can create small blood spears which will hit all enemies around you. Okay, between Blood Mist and Shadow... Or Shadow... Between Blood Spear and Shadow Mist. Swap the names out a little bit. I kind of like the Shadow Mist a little bit more. Just causing an explosion in an area rather than trying to, like, line up damage. So I'll grab that. And then we'll have to obviously swap out how much... Or we'll have to swap that out with one of my other abilities, which I think I can do. Oh, I can't check it right now. And then for other things, let's see. This will make it so I can absorb 2 hits with my Blood Barrier, which might be nice. Oh, but doing this reduces the amount of hits absorbed, or maybe it doesn't. Let me raise up some of my other abilities first. When can I get this? Level 12. I could get this right now. I don't want to spend this many, like, points and only get, like, a few things for myself. So, like, blood capacity, I would like to get this upgraded. Especially since I'm going to increase the amount of blood I get from enemies. Bite damage would be good, too. Although I don't want to upgrade Bite too much because sometimes I like just sitting there using enemies for my health regen. I think I'll get 1 more serum. How much can I get eventually? Holy shit, I can make it so I can carry 10 syringes on me. That is insane. Or 10 more syringes, so that's 12, I think. I think 4 is a good middle ground. Okay. I don't think I have enough points to upgrade this. Actually, I do. It'd be great if the last level of this actually did something else. Alright. I still have 2,000 points to spend. What do I want to go for? Maybe a little bit of extra health. Endurance is always good. Being able to swing around more or stun more is good. And then I can either throw down my points into, say, claw damage, or I could throw it into Shadow Mist, which would increase the damage to 300 Shadow. Or I could give myself a better Blood Barrier, but I think we'll pass on the extra Blood Barrier for now. Let's see. Honestly, I think claw damage would be good. Oh, that's 2,000 actually. Never mind. I thought it was 1,000. Oh, okay. So I don't even have that choice. Never mind. I guess I'll go for some of the other smaller things then. Maybe blood capacity and amount of blood gained. Those two go hand in hand very well. Maybe one more 300 ability one? Do I have any of those available? Nope, everything's starting to cost 600 or 1,000. The only one I can do is bullets, but I don't use ranged weapons, so that's kind of meh for now. There, all right. Jumped up a few levels. We should be able to handle ourselves a little bit better. Portrait of a Sad Saint. If you've ever lived near the docks of East End, you must know who Sean Hampton is, and if not, you might have heard of him. His name is starting to spread through the entire capital, and the song it sings is one of hope. Sean is the humble founder of the Hampton Asylum, an establishment that he built with his own hands and convictions. The building, an abandoned warehouse gracefully donated by the Dawson family, then renovated and transformed to what is now the most famous asylum in London. The poor and hungry are welcome under his roof, and with them he shares his food, his care, and his prayers. Sean Hampton came from a background of misery, but the hardships of life didn't disfigure or maim his profound trust in the Lord. If anything, the faithful man gained an acute empathy in exchange for the torments of poverty. His love of others is renowned throughout the docks. Rare are those who didn't witness Sean cry at the sight of an infirm veteran, an orphan child, or a sick mother. That's how he gained his nickname, the Sad Saint of the East End. Sean Hampton is so respected that people still stay in his shelter even after the Sad Saint contracted a mysterious disease which forces him to rest a lot and take his meals away from his flock. While in some other parts of London, people step back as soon as someone coughs in public. Men and women accept to eat and sleep in the Hampton Asylum. It is the safest place in the East End docks. The building looks dirty, the stench around the place is awful for a delicate soul, but there is hope and love there, and the death toll has been low and stable for days. Okay, that's good. I don't know what this is. Major event. Your choice concerning the community pillar have been reported by the press. Oh, okay. So I can always kind of like look back and read what's going on. What about here? I healed everybody up, so health status at 100. The prices and stocks of the merchants in this district may have changed. Ooh. So they might have gone down just because I helped people out? That's nice. What about here? Futile police raids in Whitechapel. As of late, the rumors that surround Whitechapel are ripening into facts. In the last 3 months, the police have suspected the district of hosting what might be the heart of London's medicinal black market. But of course, these suspicions will remain assumptions, for no task force or additional police presence has been sent to Whitechapel. No large drug stocks have been found, nor no crime lords arrested. This masquerade has only been planned as a desperate attempt to conceal the blatant incompetence of the London City Council's Board of Health by giving the populace a cheap and easy victory, while epidemic spreads more and more each day. Worst of all, when you take time to review the most recent statistics, you discover that the districts of Whitechapel is coping with the disease much better than other parts of the city. Is it a miracle? Evidence of the activity of an illegal but efficient medical underground? More proof of the authorities' criminal incompetence. All I know is this: if a Londoner has a better chance to survive the epidemic by choosing to live in this godforsaken borough, I'm ready to move to any cheap, flea-infested flat some shady landlord will agree to rent me right now. SLA. Alright. And then merchant prices have changed as well, because we've gone from serious to stable, which is good. I just need to help Swanborough with his migraine, which I can't do right now because he won't let me into his room at this moment. Good. We've helped people out. We want to get everything up to sanitized like Pembroke. Oh, but that means there's so many people sitting here with all this juicy blood. Maybe one day. Okay. Widow in distress. Investigation updated. What is that about? Oh no. Is she dead? Hold on. Another body murdered. Okay, I thought that was the one we were talking about, but it's not. Widow in distress. Convince Xiao Shun to go back to Whitechapel. Oh, this lady is the widow. Oh, okay. So it's just a new one from that. That's more than fine. What about this? Sturdy blood sample. A small dose of sturdy blood that can be used to recreate or to create regeneration serums for vampires. Cool beans. And give myself much more healing items. Oh, I see though. It costs drastically more resources, obviously. But I didn't expect, like, it's one thing for the watery sturdy blood sample to go up to 2, but the other one's going up to 8? Oof. Okay, for now we'll carry on with 3, and then we'll hold off on making any of these. Can I make any upgrades right now? Still don't have any good handle parts. What about over here on my offhand? I need one more tiny good handle, and I'll be able to make it. I just wish I knew how to get those things a little bit more consistently. You know, eventually the damage this thing can provide is pretty nice. I don't care too much for reloading time, because I'd probably only use it like the first time coming into a battle, but like all these other elemental types might be nice as well. I'm surprised incendiary damage. Like they even bother with incendiary damage or chemical damage. I'm pretty sure if I shoot a human with an incendiary bullet, they're not going to be having a good time either. Alright, anything that I can get from these that I need? There's the rivet. But I haven't seen anything that needs rivets just yet. I think that's one of the, like, the much later upgrade things, right? Rivets aren't used for that. What are rivets used for, then? Maybe here? No. No. I guess I'll find out later on. Okay. Whoops. I actually trying to get the blood over here. Oh! Hey!
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I guess I got spotted. Hold on. Let's see how I can do this. So I'm pretty sure I can change any of my abilities in any slot. So I can basically go, I don't really care about healing myself in the middle of combat because I can always use serum. So I can swap that out for Shadow Mist. I could also just get rid of Blood Barrier. In exchange, just always keep the ability to heal myself. That wouldn't be terrible. I didn't really think about that. I know that, like, maybe I don't want to. It is nice to have the autophagy. So we'll exchange defensive prowess for damage. But I'm gonna. I'm wondering how I actually want the abilities to get placed out. I think I'll swap these still. So we'll do Shadow Mist on the left bumper, and then I'll put healing on the left trigger. And I'm just gonna hope that I don't accidentally press it over and over again, which could happen. Let's see. What are the upgrades like for the shotgun? 264. Eventually, it can do 480 in damage. That's pretty good. I might consider that at some point. Oh, wow. Oh, no, that's just the... I keep forgetting this is a two-handed. I'm like, this does more damage! Of course it does. Oh, whoops. Shit. I meant to dodge. Ow! Fuck! I didn't expect somebody else up top. Alright, so that's something we have to take note of. There is a delay to the explosion. So if they're pretty fast or like in the middle of being able to move, we gotta watch out for it. Oh shit, I was hoping I would actually be able to finish channeling the stun. Oh my gosh. I can get almost all of my blood back in, or completely all of my blood back in 2 goes. That is insane. I'm very happy with upgrading my blood capacity. It just means I can keep out the damage. Hell, who knows? Maybe I'll get rid of the heal entirely and just get the blood spear, so that way I can just be all out damage all the time.
This is despicable.
But I kind of like the free heal. I always like being able to keep myself alive without having to spend like drastic resources. So I might just keep the heal. Ooh. I hear a skull. Was I able to go over here beforehand? I don't think so. I feel like this place was locked off before.